There are skill libraries out there with 180,000 GitHub stars, hundreds of contributors, years of community effort baked in, and I'm here to tell you, you probably shouldn't use them. Not because they're bad, they're actually really well made, but because the best skill system you'll ever use is the one nobody else has built yet. Yours. Here's what happens to almost every developer who gets serious about AI agents. You discover skill libraries, you see the star counts, you clone the repo, drop it into your project, and feel like you just unlocked superpower. 2 weeks later, half the skills don't apply to your stack, a quarter of them conflict with how your team actually works, and you've got a context window stuffed with someone else's opinions about how software should be built. You are not moving faster. You are managing someone else's system. This is a trap, and it's an easy one to fall into because the content around these libraries is compelling. The demos look great, the frameworks are genuinely impressive pieces of work, but they were built to solve their problem, not yours. Think about what a skill actually is. Strip away all the tooling, the front matter, the markdown formatting. A skill is just a repeatable answer to a recurring problem. That's it. Which means a skill only has value when you have encountered the problem it solves. If you haven't hit that wall yet, the skill is just noise. It's documentation for a problem you don't have. The developers behind the popular libraries, Gary Tan, Addy Osmani, Matt Pocock, they build those skills after years of running into the same failures over and over again in their specific context. The skills are the residue of hard-won experience. When you clone their repo, you get the residue. You don't get the experience. And it's the experience that makes the skill actually stick. So here's what building your own system actually looks like in practice. Step 1. Start with nothing. Seriously. Open your agent, use plain natural language, and just build. Don't set up any skills up front. Use the native ask mode, plan mode, build mode, whatever your tool offers. The baseline capability of modern agents is genuinely good enough to get started without any scaffolding. Step 2. Notice where it breaks. Your agent is going to mess up. It always does. Maybe it keeps ignoring your file structure conventions. Maybe it over-engineers the database layer every single time. Maybe it writes tests that technically pass, but don't actually test anything meaningful. When it breaks in the same way twice, that's your signal. Write that down. Step 3. Write the smallest possible fix. Not a comprehensive skill, not a framework, a short specific correction aimed at that exact failure mode. 2 or 3 paragraphs max. Plain language, no fluff. Something like, when writing database queries in this project, always use the existing repository pattern in SRC data. Do not create new abstractions. That's it. That's a skill. It's small, it's precise, and it's earned. Step 4. Watch it in production. Use the skill across a few sessions. Does it actually prevent the problem? Does it cause new ones? A skill that fixes one failure but bloats the context window and confuses the model on something else isn't a win. It's a trade-off you need to see clearly. Step 5. Prune ruthlessly. Delete skills that have stopped being relevant. Rewrite skills that have grown too long. Your skill system should get leaner over time as your agent gets better as your code base matures, not heavier. Here is why this matters beyond just individual productivity. When you build your own skill system, every skill is a documented lesson from your specific code base, your specific team, your specific failure pattern. After 6 months, you have something that nobody else in the world has. A harness that is precisely tuned to how you build software. That compounds. The developer who has been thoroughly building and refining their own system for a year is not running the same workflow as someone who cloned a popular repo. They're operating at a fundamentally different level of precision. And here's the part that doesn't get talked about enough. This becomes a genuine professional differentiator. Anyone can clone a skill library. Not everyone has the discipline to build, test, and maintain their own. Now, I want to be straight with you. I'm not saying ignore the popular libraries entirely. Study them. There is real craft in how they're structured. Addy Osmani's spec-first approach, Matt Pocock's domain grounding with grill with docs, Gary Ten's forcing questions. See, these are genuinely useful ideas to understand. But understand them as inspiration, not installation. Read through them the way you'd read a senior developer's blog post. Extract the principle, then decide whether that principle applies to your situation, and if it does, write your own version of it from scratch. Don't copy-paste someone else's thinking into your context window and call it a skill system. So here's what I want you to do. The next time your agent fails in a way that frustrates you, don't go looking for a skill library to fix it. Don't open GitHub and search for someone else's solution. Write one sentence that describes exactly what went wrong. Then write 2 or 3 sentences that tell the agent what to do differently next time. Save it, use it, see if it works. That's your first skill. Built by you, for you, earned through actual experience. That's where every great system starts. If you've got a skill you built yourself that you couldn't live without, drop it in the comments. Not a link to someone else's repo. Something you wrote from your own experience. I'll read every single one. And if this way of thinking resonates with you, the idea that the boring, unglamorous fundamentals are still what actually wins, then you're going to want to watch this next. Anthropic engineers are building some of the most advanced AI coding tools in the world. But there is a gap between what they demo on stage and what actually happens when you sit down and use it every day. In the next video, we get into exactly that. The parts they don't show you, the rough edges they don't talk about, and what it means for you how to build.